All right, we welcome you in here to the Captain Esports Network and a very special event. That is 88 laps in right now as we raise money for the Carr's Barn benefit here on the Captain Esports Network. I am the Captain. We appreciate you joining us here on this Saturday evening. And first and foremost, I owe everyone an apology for not being here on time for this race. Unfortunately, as a lot of people know, work has gotten in my way, and it got in my way again tonight. But I'm not going to complain too much about it because the reason we're here tonight, and that is to raise money for a family that unfortunately was victims of a very, very, very bad event weather-wise last week in Kentucky. And that is why we're putting on this race. Ira Kohlhaas reached out to me earlier this week and said, Chris, do you have a problem with broadcasting a race? And I said, no, not at all. He allowed me to pick the time and everything. And, of course, I thought 8 o'clock would be good on a Saturday night. And lo and behold, things happened and got in my way. But that's not going to stop me from getting out of here and at least getting the last 62 laps of this broadcast in this evening. So I apologize to the family and Carr's Barn Barbecue that we're helping raise money for in this benefit race. Thanks to Ira Kohlhaas and Bohica Esports, and of course all the great sponsors over there in Kentucky. And definitely here to call the race for you guys here this evening. So appreciate everyone joining us here on the Captain Esports Network. We'll talk about this race as we go on here for these last 60 laps. But we are green right now, and Landon Quisenberry has just gone to the front there, and at 75, gain stock car to the outside of Keith Fallon. Chase Berry is up there in that one car. You got the 9 of Brandon Leary also in this battle. A lot of cars you'll notice coming over from the LSRL League that you see here on the Captain Esports Network. And as you see one car dive off the pit road, it looks like the old Jeff Burton next side paint scheme I saw there. But, a lot of great racers in this race. We've seen, looks like a few cautions or so. But we are here tonight to again, enjoy this night. Not to mention, I am going to also donate some money here this evening myself to this cause that Ira is doing here this evening. But we're green right now, and we are currently 91 laps in as Quisenberry and Fallon continue to battle it out. Berry there in the third position. Alford and Leary, your top 5 as they go down to turn 3 and 4. And, of course, for those watching here tonight for the first time, this is on iRacing, which is a simulator that these guys can pretty much sit on their computers at home or wherever they may be, and they can get out here and race. And that is what they are doing here this evening for 150 laps, just shy of 400 miles. As we raise the money, you see the Jiffy Lube cars there, the 31 and the 13 of Bragg and KO, I believe is how that's pronounced. In the 13 car, you see Joseph Morata also in the field, Brandon Murray, Brandon Thornhill, amongst others, out here racing this evening. You see that damaged number 28 car. But Ira Kohlhaas, of course, the one that put this event together here. He's in the 29th position right now. He is actually on track right now, running laps. As we go here, as these cars are side by side off turn 4, you see the Fallen 09 Mobile to the front now. In the race information page down at the bottom on the YouTube page, you'll see a link down there. That is where you can donate to this family that we are raising money for. As Johnny Rupp having some issues over here in the 88. And, he gets clobbered by Dale Lee, and that's going to bring the caution out. And it looks like, James Rep, I should say, having issues there in the number 8, 88 car. And Dale Lee, unfortunately, nowhere to go. Kind of clobbers. Oh, he gets hooked by the 7, unfortunately, there. Tries to catch a nice miss there by Dylan Gonis. And he's trying to hold on to her. He's kind of out of control. And here comes Dale Lee out of nowhere. Whammo! That's going to leave a mark. And caution out this evening. So, as I was starting to say, you could obviously go down into the race information page on the YouTube page, and also on Facebook or on Twitch if you're watching over there. You can get the information about where you can donate and stuff. But basically that is the basics of what is going on this evening as we raise money, and thanks to these wonderful sponsors. And I'm going to drag over here onto the screen this evening for helping out, of course, PepsiCo out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Buckshot Tools, Bohica Esports. These guys all paid money. That portion of it got donated to the family. And, of course, 150 laps tonight. And as I mentioned before, going to donate some money myself when this race is over with to this family. And because, obviously, no matter what we go through in life, I could sit here and complain about having to drive down to Atlanta to the airport with the FedEx job I have, but it won't. It's nothing compared to what they're going through right now in life. So that's I'm gonna take a minute here. I'm actually gonna drag Ira up here into the room real quickly. So if you forgive me for a second, I'm actually gonna mute my mic, and then I'm gonna bring Ira on to talk to him here. So give me one quick second. So. All right, back we are here, and green flag just come out as Alford gets a pretty good jump. Nick Alford, that is, in the 22 to the lead. Now, one car, unfortunately, I was involved in an incident earlier tonight, and he said, you know what, I want to get up here and have a little fun himself. Ira Kohlhaas, the man that put this whole entire event together. As you see, the Jiffy Lube car is making some slick moves up top there. But Ira Kohlhaas in the usually the 29 car. I think that's what you're in again tonight. But Ira, obviously, first off, thanks for inviting us to be a part of this, man. But let's share the story of what we're doing here this evening and what the cause is and everything.
Yeah, I had the idea this past weekend to put this race on, use this platform. You know, it's a video game. I still call it a video game, but everybody gets hurt, and they correct me. You know, no, it's a sim. But it's still part of the racing family. And when part of the racing family loses something or gets hurt, like that tornado that ripped through Western Kentucky did to so many families, and we have a part to help one of them, we're going to do it. And for Wayne and Suzanne Flint, the owners of Carr's Barn and Barbecue in Mayfield, Kentucky, I don't have a total as of yet as to what we have raised, but it's going to bring a smile to their face. And around Christmas, I mean, what more could you ask for?
Absolutely. And one thing that we're going to do tonight, obviously, we're calling the last, obviously 51 laps of this race, but we're actually going to come back and call the whole entire broadcast itself again, so that everybody can enjoy the full race, and we're going to raise money and help this family out. Also tonight, I'm going to donate some money at the end of this race, and we're going to make this worth, because I have watched a city get devastated by a tornado, actually about a couple hundred miles north of there in Kentucky, up in Indiana, a couple years ago in 2013. I was a part of a tornado up there, and watched a part of that city get torn up and people lose things, and it's just something that you don't forget. And it's the least we can do. I can sit here and complain and gripe about running late at work and stuff every night, but when it's all over, it's like, man, you got people that just lost a house or whatever, or just everything. Their living is just gone within 10 seconds. And,
right. I was told a story at work with one of the delivery stops this week where one of the other delivery guys, his sons were complaining about not having internet, and they lived in Mayfield.
Wow.
And the dad, there's 3 boys, and the dad was like, you know what, screw that. He was like, get in the car. And they drove around, and they looked at the destruction in the houses and stuff like that. And, that's a dad of the year move right there, because by the time that they got home, all 3 of his kids were crying.
That was a wake-up call, right?
Mm-hmm. And, it was pretty special to know that once they got done, once they got back to the house, they were looking for
I was watching him try to pass us Modify here for a second.
I think that's my brother out there in the Modify.
Everybody just checked up really quickly there. It was like, oh, no, don't do this now. But no, and that's the cool part, when you get to do something that you love, and that's what we're doing here tonight. We're in Daytona. Of course, Landon Quisenberry, who was going to join me up here, he's out there with Mario on the hood and playing Mario Kart with a bunch of these guys right now. But
it's rough out there, man. There's a lot of guys out there that are really, really fast, but it's the air just pushes these Xfinity cars around so much it's not funny. It was hard to hang on to tonight.
Yeah, a lot of aerodynamics coming into play, and of course a newer draft package too that just came out with the recent build. So a lot of learning being done out here. Are we seeing a lot of aerodynamics out here tonight coming into play, like looseness in the cars and stuff?
It's not necessarily looseness. It's that seam that's on the high side. It'll throw the car sideways, and there's no warning. It's just the cars are very, very stable. Like last week at Dover, a lot of the guys were complaining earlier on my Facebook live stream about the cars weren't getting loose. We were trying to break the back end of them loose coming up off the corner to have some fun while we were on a long green flag run, and they were just stuck.
Right.
And they're not supposed to be stuck at a place like Dover. So, throwing this race up, it was an idea last Saturday, Sunday that I went over and I talked to my buddy Brandon, and we decided, you know what, let's go for it. Let's raise some money. Let's promote it. Obviously, we're going to go out there and try to race in it and win it, but that didn't happen. But the cars are. It's not the Xfinity that it was a few weeks ago.
Right.
Sure.
Well, obviously, with the build, it looks like, I did notice that seam, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's different. And obviously, that's played a role now in these cars, and they're already lack of downforce in these things, but you can see a lot of the cars are kind of straddling it around the corners and stuff. But obviously, we've had a few incidents, it looks like, as we had the recent one there with Rep that went around. But, the racing itself out here, as we have seen some good 2-3 wide action out here. Looks like the green flag racing's been a lot of fun out here.
Yeah, there was some good green flag runs going. It was I threw a caution at lap 25 and at lap 70. Well, I didn't have to throw the one at 70 because there was another.
They took it before you.
Another wreck, but which one? What station is that? Is that Landon?
What did I miss here?
Where that radio's coming from? I thought I had everything muted.
Oh, you might. I don't know. Well, just know it ain't going over the air, so you can hear everything you want. The cool part about, obviously Ira is watching through our Discord channel where he's able to see the stream, but everything he's hearing in the race is not going over the air, which is good, because somebody does slip up and have it all playing, which we never do on iRacing. Never happens.
Right. They can go to the Facebook stream and see that that's a lie.
But now a couple of your buddies here. Look at Joseph Murata in 3 wide here on the outside. Leary and Q there with Mario and trying to go 3 wide up the front here. And getting a little wobbly. But
yeah, they need to team up there. Them 3 up there are hurting themselves trying to race each other. I see that 75, the 15, which should be the one of Chase Berry and Murata get together. Check out on some of these guys.
Oh, caution's out. Looks like they're wrecking behind him. Dylan Gonis in the wall. The 88 involved. There's the Jeff Burton throwback over there. The 83's in the wall.
Yeah, I think that one wins car of the night besides the ones that we painted up for Carr's barn.
Yeah, any kind of throwback is awesome. That's caution on the track, and we'll go back and see what takes place here. One of those things where I get to go find the start of the wreck. Let's hit that button right there. Oh, wow. Looks like the 88, the 7, the 24. So far since we've gone on the air, the 88 has been both cautions, unfortunately. But let's see what happened to him real quick. Where's the 88? Rep, there he is. He's actually in the 8 on the screen here, but he's up there in the lead pack, trying to go 3 wide, and he just gets up there up into the 9. Oh boy, nowhere to go for those guys.
No, there's nowhere to go for them.
Now that's a modified. Oh man, so you got obviously the website up. We talked about a little bit the PayPal address. If somebody wants to donate, of course they can. All they gotta do is go to PayPal and they can type in the Yahoo address that you have posted there, and get that all taken care of.
It's my personal email address. It's countrycrunchies, KOUNTRYKRUNCHIES @yahoo.com. Any donations are accepted. Definitely have to shout out a few names while we're under caution here with 43 to go. Special thanks to Brandon Massey for painting the cars and helping me put this on. Shout out to his dad, Buckshot Tools. Sorry. And we've got 4 door prizes and a tool pack for the winner of the race from Buckshot Tools. And then special thanks to Joe Murata. He pushed the flyer more than I did. It was hard to promote stuff like this in such a quick time, and he pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. And he donated more than his fair share. Special thanks to Bob Stahl for his donation and friendship. He's down there in Georgia working north side of Atlanta, I believe. He's never met this family, which a lot of these guys haven't. They've only heard me talk about them. And, to spend their hard-earned money helping them get out of this hole that's been dug for them, it means a lot. Tyler Spencer from the old dirt days, he donated. He wasn't able to race tonight due to work, but he still sent his entry fee in. Dale Lee, he put in well above his donation. Chase Berry, he also put in above his donation. Doyle Lawrence, he donated well above his donation. And Jason Harrison, he donated for 3 spots.
Awesome.
And then he was taking the lead on fundraising during the race. And I'm supposed to get a hold of him. He said that he thinks there was 30 cars in the starting lineup. He had $1 for every car that started the race, and somebody matched him on it. So that'll be another $60 going into the pot for the family that we're raising money for.
That's such a cool thing. I know it says 28.9 on mine, but obviously it's not official because obviously I got here in the middle of the race. So,
right.
But that's such a cool thing to see these people coming together. You mentioned the story about the guy out of northern Atlanta. People that don't even know each other, it coming together. That just shows you the positivity that this world still has. All we hear is, and I'm not going to get into the politics stuff, but the negative garbage of everything.
Yeah, it seems like everything is focused on the negative, and the positive gets overshadowed.
Right.
And nights like tonight, it might not be the best cars and the best drivers up there duking it out at the real track at Daytona, but they're out there. I can guarantee you some of them are cussing at each other, but they're having a ball. I mean, they paid their entry fee and they donated. They know it went to a good cause. I told my wife that I was going to have to be hammered once I seen everything rolling in, all the donations and the extra donations and stuff, that I was going to have to be hammered to not tear up talking about it. And once that green flag dropped, it was just like, we're here, we're for a good cause, but we got something else to accomplish here tonight, too.
Right, go win the race. But I got to ask, is it Kentucky bourbon we're rolling on tonight?
It is.
Attaboy.
It is. And, just to tell everybody out there, again, I know if you guys watched the Kentucky-North Carolina game earlier today, to show how important this was to me to get set up the right way, to get everything in line, to get people in the right areas. I didn't watch the game. I know who won because somebody let it slip.
Was it a team in blue?
Absolutely. Real blue, not that light blue.
But
no, we're having fun with it. I'm sitting up here watching with you and pulling for some of the LSRL guys, and we'll see what happens here towards the end. We got 40 laps to go. We got some guys I've never raced with up there in the front. Those Jiffy Lube guys have been hard to race around.
Yeah, Sean Judson there in the 13 car. You got, I think it's Coqueco, I believe it's how it's pronounced.
Coqueco?
Coqueco, I believe it's, if I said it phonetically. But I know those guys have been pretty tough. It looks like so far Landon's been up there. Alford's been up there. Fallon himself. Keith Fallon, not like Landon's Fallon. No.
I'll tell you what, you got to watch out for that 27 car. He's been smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's been smart. And I set it up where I gave everybody one fast repair. I don't know. I stepped out of the car to jump up here in the booth, so I don't know. I'm not talking to any of those guys. I don't know who's got one left. But that 27 car looks pretty clean. Who's got one left? He might be the guy to watch out. Chase, I don't know if he's got one left or not. The fourth car in line on the outside line.
And unfortunately, the telemetry isn't up to date where it comes to, like, for broadcasting standards, telling us who has resets and who doesn't on our end. So, but either way, It's been a fantastic watch so far. It's such a cool cause that we're doing this for, and we definitely invite those to be a part. Oh, one car in for the infield. Who's that? Is that Bragg? Nice save.
That was right. That was a heck of a save right there.
That's a save to brag about.
Coming back. Coming back up.
Full of dad jokes here already.
Oh, they'll keep coming. Trust me.
I'm full of them. But yeah, Daytona playing a tricky circuit out here right now. But 100.
It's weird, man. I'm telling you. After that, it's a different animal.
Yeah, not to mention the night time here, and that could always play interesting because if it brings out the summer settings, depending on when the date was set, that could really make this track slick.
Right. There's Chase and Landon working together, and they got Kate up there with them, and Joe. There we go.
There's your LSRL foursome right there on the top.
Come on. What's Dylan doing? He's still playing. He's doing the smart game.
I do notice Landon he does have a little bit of nose damage. I think that might be hurting him just a little bit. If you look towards about the right side of that Chevrolet, I think it's a Toyota emblem on the right, to the left there, you'll see a little bit of nose damage. I think. I can't tell, or maybe I'm just.
Or is it damage, or is it just the Toyota?
It might be the design too. Who knows? But either way, yeah, you got 36. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say with 36 laps to go, we're on 114, 150. I'm going to pick it right now. Dylan wins this race. I'm picking it right now. I was around him. I don't know if he was in any wrecks or anything like that, but look how far he's staying away from the guys in that bottom line. He's not jumping up to help the guys that he runs with in league. He's staying right where he's at, just being patient. He's keeping 1 to 2 car lengths away.
Whoa. That 29 or 22 car got real tight in the corner there. Not sure if he lost the nose or something, but he got right up on the 15, but the 1 will go by the number number on the car. But 100% fuel, I assume, or is there a certain percentage?
It's 100% fuel.
100% fuel, so they should be able to go. It's going to be real close, but should be able to go the distance on a tank of fuel. Then, because you can go about 40 to 42 or so on a tank as you see Chase is going to the front.
If Chase is running the way that he is and it's close, he's not going to make it.
Yeah, especially in the clean air.
Yeah, and if Landon, if he's got any front end damage, he's going to have to get behind somebody and crack that right foot just a little bit so he can make it to the end as well.
You kind of want to go back to maybe where Bragg is back there after his nice save. The 31's back there. Maybe kind of saving a little bit, throttling it. It's almost in that area where you want to save the fuel at because you can run with the draft and just kind of pedal it a little bit. But
Dylan's he's about half throttle right now. But I tell you what, you're going to know it when he puts that thing to the floor.
So I do want to ask you, you mentioned the Flint family who are raising the money for this evening. You said they were watching tonight?
Yeah, they'll be watching. I will have to send them the right link. I know that they shared the broadcast that I was doing on Facebook, and I sure hope that they got a few laughs out of, because we had 8 to 10 people in there, and it was comical. I mean, it was. I shared it on Facebook and I said unedited.
Yeah, so. That's the one thing you always have to do when you're in a race yourself. You always got to make sure people understand there's going to be adult language coming out of this, and that can really be comical. And I guess it's kind of a cool thing, almost a blessing in disguise that you were able to show that side so that you could see that side, and then people can turn around and see this side of it now, and
for sure,
kind of put it together.
Like I said before, it's a video game. We're sitting here, we're watching an electronic screen,
right? Watching
these cars go around that are generated by a computer, and there's internet involved. Oh, we got one real slow.
Yeah, it's a damaged car. Look like a damaged car, yeah.
It was painted just like those other Jiffy ones. That kind of messed with me.
Change another color.
We're sitting here doing that, and then if you think about it, just like real life racing, they get out of those cars in victory lane, and they don't say a cuss word, and if they do, they get fined. Blah blah blah. You listen to the real radio chatter. Every other word be bleeped out if they aired the actual radio chatter.
Right.
And you come here to a game like this, we got real NASCAR guys coming in here and slipping up and saying stuff.
See Kyle Larson, yes. Things
Yes.
happen, but and the interesting thing about it is it's just in the act of competition. You get, I've said this so many times, people can get mad and be like, dude, relax, it's just a game. And it's part of the reason I say that quote I say at the end of every broadcast, because, you can call it a game, but it's iRacing. We're out here racing, and some people, this is the closest thing they will ever get. They go past your brother, up Jiffy Lube cars that smack the wall together.
Yeah, straddle that line down there, Sam.
Now they're hitting each other again. No, I was starting to say, though, you get these guys that get out here, and it's the closest thing they will ever get to racing. So that emotion gets behind it because it's something they love so much. So if you get wrecked, there's where the anger comes out. If you lose a race, you see the anger come out of that. And
look, I don't care if we're playing Duck Hunt on the first Nintendo. Nice. Or running for a charity race, or running in the NASCAR series. I don't care what it is. I want to win it.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't get to show that competitive side ever. And this is key for race fans to be able to get in here and do this and let that energy out. It's got to go somewhere.
Agreed. This is almost like our venting when you have a long day at work or whatever. But
there you go, Landon. Tuck in behind Cade there.
Yep, Landon did the right thing there. We did almost see a wreck back there on the last lap with a couple of cars there when they were trying to get around your brother, who is getting initiated, I guess, so to say, tonight out there on track.
And, I mean, it's something just to see him out there on the track. He spots for me, and he does a hell of a job spotting. From that first couple of races, it was annoying because he's been a race fan his whole life. He was a Davey Allison fan growing up.
Oh, wow.
And hence why he's running the 28. And he was in the military and was a Black Hawk helicopter pilot, was at Fort Bragg, Fort Carson, Fort Campbell, of course, and never had time to do anything like this. And now he's getting stuff situated at his house and the place that they have in Lumberton, to where he just ordered Fanatec stuff. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You're kind of leaping over me here. I've been doing this for like 2 years here, and I got this, $200 Logitech wheel. And
why jumping down the line?
Now you're, I bet he's going to go back and save some fuel.
Good call. By the way, I should mention Kokeko went to pit road after getting in the wall, so the 13 unscheduled pit stop for him. So after running up there in front the whole time. But continue with your story.
But yeah, he's got a whole new Fanatec system sitting at the house. He's actually running with the second wheel I ever had right now. I sent it to him in the mail when I bought this one new, and he's enjoying it. He's having fun, but he's anxious to get his own wheel out there that's not a used one. And I'm anxious to see what that Logitech stuff does. I'm anxious to see if the dollars are worth it, just like the real thing.
Well, I can share this. I mean, my wheel's kind of out of date a little bit now because I think they're up to I think it's kind of like the Now albums that you always see on TV. I think they're up to Now 160 or something like that. I have the G27. I think they're up to the G41 or whatever now. But the Logitech, it's definitely worth it. You go in there and you download obviously the hardware for it.
No, excuse me. He's got Fanatec stuff that jumps into a whole other.
Yeah, he jumped us then.
Yeah. So he sent me that picture, and I was like, dude, what the hell? Not fair,
Help a brother out here.
But he's got the smarts. He's got the know-how, and that's all it takes. He gets the right feel, the right settings in that wheel, and he's going to be hell to deal with on the track. And I can't wait for that day to come. I know I'll lose my spotter in some leagues, but I'd much rather be out there throwing a car sideways in at Eldora or Daytona or Talladega, whichever track we're at, running side by side with my brother. It would be him right here.
Oh, Morales going to get
Joe gets turned around.
I hate to say this. I think Bragg might have got a little impatient. And I only say that because I was watching on the front straightaway there during that run, And a couple times I watched Bragg push Murata up to the back of Quisenberry, and Murata would almost jump out of line just to not run him over there, and that's what this kind of turned into, I think. But I could be wrong.
Right.
But caution's out. That I'm right about.
All right, I'm going to go down. I got to double check one thing because Joe is my admin in the race right now. I got to double check, make sure if he's not leaving, I got to bump Landon to one.
Go
I'll
ahead.
be right back.
As Iros goes checks on that, you see the 7 and 68 get together too. The 24 also involved in that. But yeah, as you heard, Iros come on here for a few minutes now. If you're watching on the stream tonight, I know we don't have many viewers right now. Unfortunately, just things didn't go as planned. But if you're watching tonight, go get some friends, go get some family. Let's come over and let's come together as one, and let's help raise some money here for the Flint family as we watch here this evening. I'm going to donate some money myself here before this race is over, and as we do this race for the great state of Kentucky and all those victims of last week's killer tornadoes. I don't know how else to put it. That affected western Kentucky. We actually got some of the storms here in Georgia, and thankfully weren't nearly as bad here than they were there. But still, you can't help but think about those people and stuff like that at that point. So this is your chance to help out, donate to the Flint family, and more importantly, we appreciate everything those guys for what you guys are doing viewer-wise, and so on and so forth. But as I mentioned, we're going to get this broadcast. We're going to do the whole entire thing. I'll probably bring Landon up here and have some fun. Maybe I'll bring Ira back. We'll have some fun and just enjoy a nice race and continue to raise some money for this family and just continue to think about those out in western Kentucky. I've been out there myself. I've made that trip down I-65 through Bowling Green and all those towns down that way. Even passed by the big old dinosaur that sits out there in the middle of the interstate, which I found kind of awkward. Actually, it was more on the northwest side, I think, of the states where that is. But I just was one day. I remember that I was coming through Kentucky, and now I'm starting to second guess myself. Is that northwestern Kentucky, Ira, or is that central Kentucky where that dinosaur is?
I believe that's central Kentucky.
Central?
What you would consider central.
Because either way, I remember coming down and I go to an exit and I look right and I'm like, all right, is that me or is that like a big T-Rex sitting right there in the middle of the interstate? Out of all places.
I'm not too familiar with central Kentucky. I'm very familiar with western Kentucky.
Right.
And my way up to the hallowed ground of Rupp Arena in Lexington. I know that trip.
Hallowed ground.
Yes. Yes.
Does that include Kroger Field?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I was brought up that you were a fan of the sport first.
Right.
Then you were a fan of your team.
Okay.
And growing up, I was not going to be one of the. I'm an Alabama football fan and I'm a Kentucky basketball fan. No, if I'm blue in one sport, I'm blue in all sports.
Nothing wrong with that. You get a lot of that in Florida, and I actually fell into that for a little bit. And
you get a lot of that here. Like I'm right on the Kentucky-Tennessee border, and you get a lot of that here. But it sure as hell ain't between the blue and the orange.
Right. Yeah. Well, like for instance, like where I'm from in Florida, you get a lot of like Florida State, North Carolina football, basketball. You get a lot of Florida, North Carolina, or Florida Duke, or Florida State Duke, or Miami Duke. Up in Indiana, it's Indiana Notre Dame type things.
I spent several years in Indiana delivering beer, and those people are nuts.
Yeah.
They are, well, I guess you could say it about any fan base because I could say a bunch of NASCAR fans are nuts.
Well, we are.
But it's the same way with everything. And I'll be the first to tell you, some of the Kentucky fans that I'm friends with are some of the most uneducated people about the sport. They hear a whistle and they start cussing, or they hear a whistle and that was a bad call. That drives me up the wall. So that's why whenever I get introduced to somebody new as, hey, this is my friend Ira, he's one of the biggest Kentucky fans you'll ever meet. The first thing I'll say is I'm not the normal Kentucky fan. So I think that if everybody used the sports like as an addiction and actually knew everything about it, like joined 24/7 Sports or Rivals.com to look at to understand the whole concept of what's going on. That it's not the one jump shot with 2 seconds to go or a touchdown is, to get into a bowl game. It's the whole aspect of it as to why you would fall in love with the university enough to root for them.
Fair enough. No, that's well said, and that's kind of. I'm a Florida State fan when it comes to football, so yes, I had to sit there and watch the heartbreak and realize that an FCS school got us once again this week with the number one football recruit going to Jackson State. But needless to say, I mean, people, as we go back green here with Fallon and Alford on the front row, little do people know. And correct me if I'm wrong. Kentucky's a basketball state. Indiana's a basketball state. People don't know there's actually an all-star game that's played every year where Indiana plays Kentucky in high school basketball.
Yes, it was the hottest tickets to get. I mean,
oh yeah,
during the Patino years at Kentucky, if they scheduled Duke at Rupp Arena, you could get that ticket easier than you could between that Indiana-Kentucky high school game.
I mean, you think about some of those players that would come through there. I mean, you had.
Oh, it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
It'd be absolutely ridiculous. Well, we've got
your boys on the high side here.
They are running the high side. Let's can we bring Jason Harrison up here to the booth?
Why not? Let's bring him up here. You might be able to, oh, there he is.
He's in here right now. Yeah. Jason, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Had a great race going, and unfortunately, I goofed up. But hey, I'd like to thank you for inviting me into this world tonight, and I'd like to make a donation tonight to your friends and family in Kentucky, as I did with the getting into the race. I would like to make a $1 donation per driver, and I'm hoping I can get somebody to match me.
Dadgum, that's Florida math. Hang on, that's one to carry the one. 29, 30? Is that where we're at here?
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole bunch of carry the one XYZ squared and
A squared plus B squared, C squared.
$30 for the guys that are in here tonight, and I can hope that the crew out here tonight racing, somebody will match me. I think I did hear over the radio when I called it out, and somebody did want to match me, but I didn't catch his name, and I'm hoping that we can get more like-minded drivers to do that tonight.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys who have messaged me that they wanted to donate more. That they, with you getting held up at work, Chris, I explained to everybody, that's what it was, but that them being broadcasted was not what we were here for.
Right.
We were here to raise money for a good cause, and we got a heck of a race coming up here. We got
we do.
We got 3 LSRL guys coming up on the high side, and Dylan's still sitting. I'm telling you that 27. He's just right there. I'm telling you, every time you look, you don't see him up front, but he's sitting right there.
Little do you know, Dylan actually races on a team that I own in an IndyCar series that runs on Thursday nights now, and he's just getting used to this IndyCar. The kid can drive on a road course. I learned this really quickly. And last night in a race at Gateway, he finished 4th. And earlier this week, he had actually said to me, he was scared because he felt like he wasn't having enough fun and felt like he didn't belong racing there.
Right.
And he finished 4th at Gateway last night in an IndyCar race. The kid's got talent.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's from Canada, right?
Yes, he is. He's a Canadian driver, and his family, nice people. I've actually, his father messaged me after one of the first broadcasts I did to the league, and said hello and said thank you. Dylan, very polite all the time, even though, he's got some very interesting jokes. Like right now, he's probably Ford focused. He always says that, and it makes me laugh hysterical.
It seems like those Canadians are always the nicest people, but they're always on dad joke mode.
They don't get that from me.
Can I say anything about Canadians?
Absolutely.
Shoot, yeah.
Shoot. Right when I first got into iRacing, the Canadians were some of the most hospitable people. They let me win my first race. And I was in a session with these guys, and I explained to them that, hey, I am just learning this. And they're like, okay. And they put up this big old thing, and they're like, all right. dude, you got to go do this. And I'm like, all right, you really going to let me do this? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So I was in a 25 Kodiak car, and that was my first checkered flag. And, and I really appreciate the Canadians for letting me do that. My guys at work always tease me about it. They're like, hey, the Canadians let you win. Hey, Canadians, I love you.
They let us win hockey trophies too all the time. But anyways,
Yeah, I love that too.
But so the Kenny Schrader early '90s paint scheme.
Yes, I was running that. Yes, exactly. I was running in the Chevrolet, and it was right. Matter of fact, it was Kenny's paint scheme.
That's
I
awesome.
got you. So we have 17 laps to go. Jason, you want to hang out with us for the rest of the race?
Absolutely, I would love it, guys. I really appreciate it.
Are you watching what Chris is watching?
Yeah,
watching?
If you click on my name there, I don't know if you how used to Discord you are. If you click my name there on Discord, you can actually live stream what's on my screen right now.
And then we can all be watching the same thing.
Let me give it a try.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we're coming to 16 to go here. We got a race on our hands.
Yeah, we do, man. You got, as they say in super speedway racing, if you're in it, you can win it. And right now, I see 11 cars right here within 2 seconds and a chance to win this race. So
who's in that second pack back there? This is Strano.
You got
Bragg,
Strano, Bragg's actually out of it. You got Strano, you got Moats, Blade Timmons there in that 20 car. Moats another LSRL guy, I believe. I know that name.
I don't know if he is or not. I know he was one of the guys that was helping out earlier in the race. There was a couple of guys who had some front end damage or engine damage, and he was pushing somebody around the track. Went a lap down to do that, and then I wound up giving him a wave around later on in the race.
Well, pardon the dad joke here, but he might be flying when it's over with.
There you go. All of them might be flying a little bit. That's the cool thing about these races. Like LSRL, that's how me and my teammate Raymond Massey, we got involved with them, was they held a Daytona 500.
Awesome.
And we ran up front for most of it. Both of us got top 10, but I think Brandon finished top 5. I wound up with some front end damage and finished 7th or something. But that was one of our first races with Pepsi, and that's how we got in with LSRL. And it's cool to say that we run with some of the Sadler Esports guys and Elliott. They come in and run from time to time, and then other guys too. We ran against Earnhardt Jr. and all them guys on iRacing. So
I noticed in the league. I noticed in the league side. I mean, some of the names are still signed up in there. Clint Boyer, a couple others are there. So that's definitely kind of cool. And
I'd love to get into a lobby with Clint Boyer. He's
that'd be fun.
When he's pushing down the Busch lattes, I would absolutely. I wouldn't leave.
I was able to be in victory lane with him at Michigan. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. But no, we're having fun here. I'm merely just a broadcaster, as Ira mentioned a little bit ago. Yeah, I had some work issues. Basically, long story short, I'll explain. So we're a week from Christmas, and everybody decided that I guess they were going to ship today. So we weren't sort of prepared, I guess, so to say, at the building. So we had to take 2 trucks down to the airport. And guess who had to drive one of those trucks to the airport? That would be me. So I messaged Ira, hey, we got issues here. Oh, 2 cars getting together right in front of the pack. Oh, boy. Oh,
no.
Boy. Oh, no. Dylan's in the wall.
Who got out front there?
No caution, but Fallen's out front.
Still green.
Unfortunately, your buddy just got a squashed right side. 4-car breakaway here.
We got Chase Berry and Landon working together.
Chase got some damage on that car now.
They're throwing the yellow.
Up, caution's out.
Caution.
Yeah.
Put it out.
This is big, fellas. This is big right here.
Yeah, 12 to go.
So we got Ira Kohlhaas and the 44 of Jason Arison, I believe, pronounced right, I hope.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Correctly
try.
pronounced right.
No errors made there, and we continue on. But let's look at the replay here. So basically, it looked like, I don't know if it looked like the two lap cars kind of got in an argument of where they wanted to be, and the problem is the pack caught them. I have to rewind it here a little bit because some reason when they don't wreck it, don't show me, so I have to like do the old school, as I like to say.
Let's see here.
Let's go to your brother here.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
Sam's got the modified. You got the Jiffy Lube 26. Yeah, they're all like, where do I go? Where do I go?
Oh, he was letting off, and Sam was trying to get around him there, and then just had nobody. Everybody didn't have any place to go there. That was the Jiffy Lube car shouldn't have let off, or Sam should have let off. One of the two should have happened there.
Yeah, it's one of those learning lessons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, let's face it. We're gonna watch the ARCA race in February at Daytona, and there will be at least one wreck where the lap car sits at the bottom, and the lead cars don't know how to pass them, and wrecks happen.
All right, let's see if we can see. We got 11 to go here.
Mm-hmm. Pit stops are happening.
Let's see if we can see who's got a fast. I don't know if I'd use it here or not. 11 to go, and they're going to bunch everybody back up. And we've got
That's questionable. That's questionable.
14 cars on the lead lap.
Problem is, I don't know if I think you're at a point now where you can't play cautious.
No.
So I think you almost have to use it here. If you, let's put it like this: if you have damage, I think you have to use it here. If you don't have damage, hold it.
Let's see here.
Which if you don't hold, if you have no damage at this part of the race, you haven't been racing hard enough probably, or you've been sitting in the back like I do because I'm a chicken.
There's Landon sitting in third. I don't know if he's got.
Let's here. Well, I can't drag him. You want to go grab Landon there?
Yeah, I'll grab him. Landon, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Q.
Hey,
What's up?
you got any damage on your car? You got a quick repair left?
I do have a fast repair left, and I don't think I have any damage that's telling me I can repair, so it's a little bit minimal. I got hit under one of the cautions way earlier in the race.
I got you.
So do you have the
we're sitting up here in the booth.
Go ahead.
We're sitting up here in the booth watching, and we're trying to determine who's got one left and who doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly who has them, but I know the two guys in front of me have been pretty erratic all race. I mean, I have too because I've been trying to shuffle them out the whole race, but
Yeah.
well, we'll see. I think they probably do. I think they probably don't have a fast repair. I feel like I might be the only one that has one left. Hopefully, that'd be best case scenario. Because if so, I might just be lucky whenever the demo derby occurs here.
Hey, that white flag.
I was gonna say
White flag comes out. It's anything goes.
pretty much. I was gonna say the question I have up there, usually at the top of the box in any Mario video game, you have either the star, the mushroom, or whatever. I see a star up there at the top. When are you gonna use it?
I hope so. I mean, we'll see. Changed up the paint scheme today. Just painted it today. A little throwback to one of my favorite GameStop cars of all time. And it was a car driven by Denny Hamlin, and hopefully I can drive like Hamlin does here and pick up a W.
Needless to say, Mario Brothers was roughly 18 to 20 years old when Landon was born, somewhere in that range. Just saying.
Yeah, probably double my age, maybe even more. I don't know.
Hey,
We'll see.
last time we ran a race in Daytona, by the way, you know what happened?
Yeah, but Superman's not in the field, and I'm Super Mario, so we'll see what happens here.
All right, buddy. We'll go. Good luck, and hey, go get the 42 and drag him with you, like you guys shake and bake.
Hey, last time we did have finished 1-2 at a plate track, he was in that car, so just do his on the next gens. We'll see. I hope he can find his way up here. He's got a little bit of nose damage, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'll make it to the end and finally pick up first Xfinity win, because like I said, I've never won in these cars. Really want it to happen sometime.
There you go, buddy. Well, great job, man.
Hopefully, we'll
Good
talk
job.
to you here in a little bit.
Yep, good job.
That's
All
Landon
right.
Quisenberry there in the Super Mario Brothers car. As pace car pulls off, we'll have 9 laps to go. Last caution, boys.
No,
I'm
Let's
glad.
go.
absolutely not.
I'm
I'm-
glad we're thinking alike here.
Absolutely not.
All Oh, man, good push there from the inside line, but outside's more organized.
Got more cars in.
Yeah, there's some damage on that 31 that's not helping. 23s are. It's the 923 on the car, but it's a 20 car. Timmons going to get a good push with the 41 behind him. Oh, I thought he was going to jump him there.
That would have been a good time to do it. It looked like he had a run.
Nice run coming from the outside.
Landed a good push there. Nice move by Alford to take the lead there. How many green, white checkers we have?
We have 3.
Okay, well, at least we have a number.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
We got 3.
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
There won't be a caution for that. He's in the grass.
He said he'd been erratic.
Oh, Mario just used a turtle on him.
That was a banana peel, wasn't it?
Well, no, they came out the back then.
Oh, yeah, that's Donkey Kong. Yeah, let's see if Landon can get back up there from that. It's a charity race, so I did not put a rule book out, so we'll have to. I just told everybody in the beginning just use common sense.
So who's going to go below the yellow line to win this race?
Exactly. That's what I was just sitting here thinking about.
Well, 22 the high side all by himself, though. He's got no help. Bragg's got damage on the nose that's going to keep him from getting up there. Hey, wait a minute. Where did Dale come from?
I was going to say, he's sitting there in, what, 5th? 6th? 7th?
You ever wonder if Dale races with a chip on his shoulder?
I don't know.
Yeah, Utz is a potato chip brand.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure people understood that.
There he goes. There he goes. He's getting a good shove. Who's that
real
pushing
good
him back? Landon.
Hello.
That
Oh, you're going to go 3
23
wide up the middle.
Bird. Oh, he shoved the chip up high.
Got Chase with him. Oh, Landy, got to be smart, though. Got to be patient with your moves.
Because I think it's going to get a little hairy.
He was one of them Jiffy Lube cars. I know he was talking about them being racing.
Well, in that case there, Landon went high and tried to shoot the middle really quickly. I think that's one of those where you got a young 17-year-old cat there who's trying to make moves really quickly, and it's like, slow it down a little bit.
Which this is what I wanted to see these guys do. I talked to a couple of them.
Almost had a bump draft go wrong there on that 41 on the outside. Or 19, whatever that is. Sorry, Judson.
Yep, yeah, the 22 and 19. Well, that was a little squirrely.
I talked to a couple of them before the race started, and I said, look, this is a charity race. I mean, if NASCAR put on a race at Daytona that was for charity, what do you think would happen at the end?
See any Budweiser shootout the last 5 years.
Exactly.
A lot of owners would be crying.
So I was just like, look, just hammer down, just have fun. Nobody's going for much of anything. We know who's going to win what, the prizes, and we'll divvy those out towards the end. Again, thank you to Buckshot Tools for the 4 door prizes and the prize pack for the winner, the nice tool set that they were giving away.
Oh! I think Dale reacted there.
Yeah. There you go, Joe. Get underneath him.
Yeah, I think Dale, I think he got spooked by that 24 coming down and let loose of the wheel a little bit, and that just shoved him to the wall real quickly.
Did they just say white flag over the radio? Did you hear that?
Well, I don't know. I remember the truck race earlier this season at Knoxville where the flag man waved the white with 5 to go in a heat race. Why not? Oh, here we go. 41's heading for the infield. Moat somehow kept it out of the inside wall. Oh, no. There they go. Well, now they're going to use a reset. And no caution yet. That'll be the caution. Oh, it's over.
Oh, checkered flag.
They're down to the checkered flag. Timmons going to win it. There must be a time limit, maybe?
Oh, wow.
So we've got Timmons winning. You-
All right, then. So Blade's going to win this thing, it looks like. Judson, how about Joe getting third?
Yeah, Murata come up there with no rear fascia on that car.
Oh, we know how that works. See the Jurassic Park 97 Jeff Gordon mobile in the All-Star race.
There you go.
That's why now in NASCAR you have to have a rear fascia on the car at all times.
No.
Well, interesting. That was a wild finish.
Absolutely a wild finish.
Check something really quickly. Yep, 2 hour, 25-minute time limit for the race.
I got you.
That's what it was.
Hey, doing the burnout.
Hey, he's went and done it, so great job. Great racing, and yeah, we'll go over the results here really quickly as we'll just show it over here on the left side of the screen as my other stuff I don't really have loaded up correctly. Timmons Judson, Joe Murata finishing third, Tony Strano fourth, Brandon Murray, looks like Cade Ferguson sixth, Chase Berry, Nick Alford, Brady Motes, and Dale Lee with a top 10. Dave Bragg, Quisenberry, Dylan Gonis finishes 13th, Keith Fallon, Kokeko finishing 14th, Cole Haas, Sam that is, 15th, or 16th I should say, Dennis Bruce, Ben Barnes, Brandon Thornhill, Braden Leary, Jacob Fifield, James Rep, Ira finishing 23rd, Jason 24th. Matter of fact, Ira is working on a 59-minute pit stop right now. Brandon Massey 25th, Chris Downing 26th, Doyle Lawrence 27th, Skirbo and Ryan Reeves in the 29th spot. Yeah, we talked to some drivers.
Absolutely.
I'll let you guys
My
pick.
gosh. Look at the rear ends, guys. They don't have no they got nothing on the rear end on the 19 and the 5 car. 20's looking pretty good, so let her have it, guys.
They look like
Give them
Daytona
their due.
cars now. They're not Martinsville cars anymore. They're Daytona cars.
They look like Bristol.
Let's hear the winner first. We'll
All
go
right.
in a different.
I'll
Let's
talk
see
to the
here.
winner
Where's
here
he
real
at?
quickly, and that is Blade. Is Blade in the channel here? I don't even see Blade in the channel.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
Well, let's see, John Judson maybe.
Let me hop down here to general right.
Go ahead. He's gonna go find out some things, but now Jason, as I take a look here, I'm gonna pull up the results on iRacing here really quickly. Yeah,
That was
I
a wild finish.
Yeah, it was, and especially surprising us with the time. We didn't realize time was running out.
All right, I found him.
We got him. 29 cars started tonight. It looks like officially on the iRacing page too, from what I'm seeing. So as we bring the winner of this race up here, Blade, congratulations. You guys look like kind of hanging back there, maybe just off the front pack, and the strategy worked out, and you're able to maneuver yourself to the front.
Yeah, man. That's my strategy for any plate race. To be honest with you, hang out in the back and let chaos take its place and try to dodge everything. Use the fast repair early from actually blowing my motor downshifting because I was actually giving my son a hug and give my son a hug and daggum downshifted on accident and blew the motor, so I had to use a fast repair, but I was willing to risk it all right there at the end, and that's what we did.
See, right there, that is called good karma when you think about it, guys, because you got a man that likely saying goodnight to his son so he can go to bed, gives him a hug, does the money shift, loses out on an engine, and yet from him taking care of his family and being a good family man goes and wins this race.
That's what I would call really the ultimate karma. You got to hug your son. You got to blow your motor. You got to win a race tonight. Hey, hats off to you. Great job tonight.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
We'll talk about
Absolutely.
the racing out there, because one thing Ira brought up as we were talking, obviously the new updates that have recently come in, I believe it's the first Daytona broadcast I've done. One of the first thing I noticed out there, Blade, was the seam that has shown up, because that is something that has become more distinct on Daytona. In real life, too, is that seam that sits at about the 3/4 mark of the corner. How much did you notice it playing a role with your car obviously getting maybe a little free at times running it over?
Yeah, you definitely notice it when you ran that middle lane or that 3/4 up off the wall, a quarter off the wall. But I stayed on the bottom most of the race, so I didn't really pay it too much of mind. I knew the bottom was going to win. I knew outside could possibly take it out of 4, but I wasn't gonna try to take that gamble. I mean, I could have at the end right there try to break the high lines run, but it wasn't a gamble for me to go up there and possibly try to do that and lose the race because the bottom line was so strong tonight.
Ira, you got any questions for him or anything? Or
How'd you avoid the carnage?
fair question.
Laying back off the pack, and I had me, Tony, Strano, and Brady were just working together all night. I run actually with Tony. I run Red Light Racing, and Brady I used to run Nora trucks with him, so I brought them two in tonight and
That's
for this
where
calls.
I know Brady from. Okay.
Yeah, and so I brought them in. We just worked together all night. That was our goal, just to stay out of the carnage, man. And I know how Daytona gets. Everybody wants to get racy early for some reason, and we just weren't about it. We were worried about some more saving fuel and staying out of the carnage and being there at the end, and it actually paid off.
Absolutely. I talked to some of the guys before the race started. There was a little bit of confusion at the start of the race about the broadcast and different stuff like that. But I just told them, look, it's a fun run. It's for charity. It's for a good cause. You got one fast repair. Do as you please. And some guys, we used our fast repair early, trying to push and get up to the front. And then once we got it done, we kind of needed another one there shortly after. So congratulations to you. I'm gonna move you back down to general and stay in there for me for a little bit. I got to get some information from you.
All righty, buddy.
Yeah, great
All right,
job,
thank
Blake.
you, sir. Congratulations.
Thank y'all, man. I just want to say this.
Yeah.
Since this has been on the broadcast, I'd like to pray for all them guys out there and the families and everybody in Kentucky that was affected by them tornadoes, man. That's heartbreaking. Can't help natural disasters come and go, but I mean, I don't believe nobody deserves anything. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So thoughts and prayers go out to everybody from the whole Red Light Racing community and me personally as well. So everybody affected, man. I hope this whoever this is going to, this run right here, the money, I hope it blesses y'all beyond measures.
Well said, man.
Well said. Well said.
Great job, Blake. Congratulations, man. And we'll talk soon. Best of luck.
Thank you, bud.
Absolutely. Blade Timmons there, the winner of tonight's race, and Sean Judson finishing in the second position. We're going to let Ira go play Where's Waldo with him and go find him and go from there. But and he found Han Solo.
Yeah.
I think he spelled solo wrong, but it works. Yeah. Is this Sean, I assume?
This is Sean.
This is Sean. Han Solo. Good to see you. Congratulations on your second place run, and obviously a great race and a wild one out there for you.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad. I think I might have had a bit to do with that last wreck there. Running hard on the last lap. So I apologize to everybody else.
Everybody raise your hand here if you've ever ran too hard on the last lap here.
For sure.
Okay.
Never.
I think you're okay. But needless to say, man, great racing out there.
Yeah, just 150 laps. You got to keep the car clean until the end. I managed to do that pretty much through the whole race.
Move-wise, obviously the end of the race, the wreck and stuff happens. What was your plan as you're trying to set yourself up, knowing that, okay, you're either going to make it to lap 150 or you're going to run out of time?
Well, coming down, the white flag came out a little bit early, so I was not really expecting that, but I felt like I was sitting pretty good. Had a good push behind me on the outside there. Felt like we were going to be able to pull it off. I didn't want to dump my pusher and leave him stranded, so I kind of stayed up high instead of dropping down in front of the leader, but,
Yeah, it ended about, 4 laps premature?
Yeah, 3 laps, I think, 147.
3 laps, yeah. I extended the original practice time was an hour. I extended it to 1:15.
right.
But then I was able to shorten up qualifying once everybody was done. And the warm up where we were able to do that 3 wide salute, I was able to shorten that up. So I figured, when I was setting it up, that there was enough time. But I wasn't planning on having that many cautions.
It happens.
Yeah,
Yeah, it happens.
it happens in racing,
Mhm,
especially at
for
a plate
sure.
track.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on second place. I appreciate every single donation that we've got tonight, and especially from a second place finisher. Um, Definitely appreciate you taking the time on the Saturday night before Christmas. I know a lot of families are getting together, and it's almost a blessing. This is the first benefit race that I've done, and we had 29 to 30 guys show up. We had a lot more than that donate.
Yep.
But if it wasn't this time of year, we would have had almost double the cars. So we would have had to run twin 125s, and that would have been I would have had to add help set that thing up.
Yeah, I know a lot of people appreciate what you're doing for them, so
Absolutely.
thank you for
Absolutely.
doing this for them.
Well, appreciate the patience out there, and appreciate the run it took to finish second.
Sir, thank you.
John, I have a question. What was it like going through those last few laps? What was in your mind, and what was your ultimate strategy to try to get her done?
Just keeping it up with a good push behind me, trying to stay off the cars around me, just, setting myself up. Felt like I did
Awesome.
that with a couple laps to go, got to fourth, and jumped up front at the right time, so.
Because looking at your car, you have no back bumper cover.
Yeah, that wreck there in the corner kind of took that off. I got bumped as I was sliding down the track.
That's awesome. Hey, thank you so much for competing tonight and getting in this race for Ira and all the families in Kentucky, and we appreciate you.
Like I said, thank you for doing this for him.
Absolutely, man. Nice
Thank
job
you.
tonight, and congratulations to you, Mr. Sean, on the second place run, and Mr. Murata. We realize him, the New York driver, and finishing in the third position in that 5 car, the best of the LSRL group. He survives, running the F1 LSRL paint scheme. Joe, great run tonight, man.
Oh yeah, thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Oh man, what a finish! We got banged up there with I don't know, about 20 to go, and knew I didn't really have a car to compete. And then it was like a parting of the Red Seas in front of me, and there was mass carnage everywhere. We drove right through it, and oh man, can't believe we got a P3 out of that thing. That was awesome.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
you mentioned the carnage out there, but a little bit. Ira and I noticed that high line was coming to work. It looked like you and Landon and all the LSRL guys were trying to tag team that top side.
Yeah, the high side would work with you had to have probably at least 4 cars there, and Landon and Chase were working real well up there, and so was Cade, and sometimes we could all kind of jump up there together, and start making some moves and picking off people. It's Daytona, it's a super speedway, it's a waiting game is what it really boils down to. You're waiting for the big one or the big ones. In this case, it was big ones. As long as you could kind of stay up there with your partners and work the air a little bit and have some drafting help, you could make some moves. It was a lot of fun.
Well, Joe, were you running the F1 car, or was that was it the one that was painted up on all 4 sides?
Yeah, so that was a really neat paint scheme. Landon from Wilder Graphics painted that up for us. So we had, I think on the right side, driver's door, we had the dirt league out there. I'm sorry, on the passenger door, we had the dirt league out there. The driver's door, we had F1. And then across the hood, we had some Xfinity. And I think up on the roof, we had some Cup. So really neat, super cool paint job that Landon did. If anyone is listening out there and wants a great paint scheme, go hit up the boys over at Wilder Graphics, because as we always say, Wilder Graphics, they'll give you 2 more horsepower. So they're fast standing still.
They got that special paint on them, don't they?
That's right. It's just like racing stripes.
There we go. All right. Well, Jason, you got any questions for Joseph before we let him go and wind this thing down?
Yeah, hey Joe, this is Jason up here. What was your overall thought of tonight's race, and were you trying to be aggressive, or were you trying to be more kind of laid back during this whole entire evening?
Yeah. So first of all, kudos to Ira and Brandon Massey and the rest of the crew there that over at Bohica Esports that put this on. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone down in Kentucky and in the states down there that were affected by those tornadoes. So super cool to be able to help contribute and at least give a little bit back the best that we can. But as far as strategy goes, I don't know. I don't really have a strategy going these. I try to lay back and then I get antsy and then I kind of go forward and then I go, I probably shouldn't be up here and I start moving back and then I go, maybe I should go back up forward. Pretty much, trying to keep an eye on really who's working together, in who maybe is making not the best moves out there. I try to avoid them. Try to stay away from some of the cars that I thought were maybe a little erratic.
Sure.
Obviously, that didn't work out well for me 2 times.
Didn't work out for me.
In the end, I look with 2 to go. I knew I had at best a 10th place car, and Cade was riding behind me, and we thought if we could just kind of stay tag team there, we could maybe get up to the top 10 and stay on the end of the lead group. And of course, again, at Super Speedways Daytona, you knew something was going to happen. You knew there was going to be some carnage at the end. So
Always.
I was hoping for maybe a top 8 there at the end, and then like I said, it was like a parting of the Red Seas. I mean, there was cars flying every which way, and the last thing I had to get around was Chase, and he was up against the wall, and I went up against the wall. I scraped the whole right side going through 4, and somehow he came off the wall, and I went flying by him. And then there was the 23. He could have, I think that was Tony. He could have come up and touched me and taken me out, but he didn't. So that was kudos to him for running me clean there for 3rd place. But gosh, I don't know. How do you plan for a super speedway? You strap in and hope you make it to the end and see where everything falls out, right?
That's pretty.
And this one was even more of a wild card because it was a fun run. It was for charity. There's no points on the line. We've got prizes for people in the top 3, and we've got 4 door prizes for people throughout the field. But a run where there's no points on the line and people playing it safe is definitely one of the most fun things to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I don't know, probably 8-10 guys, I knew from LSRL and running around. The rest of the field, we don't know. I mean, it's a crapshoot. You don't know their driving skill. You don't know how aggressive they're going to be and that sort of thing. So, you got to kind of feel it out. It's almost like a heavyweight fight. You got to feel each other out in the beginning and kind of go for it at the end. So, again, fun run, great cause. Again, Ira, thank you so much for putting this on. So happy that LSRL and the guys could help, promote this a little bit and try to raise some money for some people in need down there. And we really appreciate you guys doing that.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you for sticking your neck out and paying for a large number of the guys to run tonight, putting the team in there. But I got one more question, and I'll pull you down to the general tab. We'll get all the information I need. I got one more question for you. Shoot. So when I was thinking about doing this, the family that's in need, Wayne Flint, he was a crew chief on a dirt late model that I spent a lot of time in that race shop growing up. Okay. So when I first thought of doing this, I was like, I'm not going to get very many cars running dirt to join in for a fun run because asphalt is king on iRacing. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, it's a fun run. We're going to raise money. I want to do the ARCA cars at Bristol. If we had 30 ARCA cars running Bristol, what do you think that race would have been like?
There'd be maybe 3 running at the end.
Fast repairs.
Yeah, I mean, would there be unlimited fast repairs?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think it would have been fun, but it would definitely probably have a lot more carnage than what you saw tonight. But I'm a sucker for anything for a good cause. So I would have been there if it was midgets at the Chili Bowl or legend cars at hit Charlotte or whatever. So, it would have been fun. Just a lot more carnage. Maybe a lot more swearing on some of those streams, but
I don't know. You'll have to go back and listen. To
hopefully no one goes back and listens to some of our
Good
stuff.
God, I
Good
hope my mic wasn't open.
I'm about to go back and watch Ira's stream now on Facebook.
Absolutely. You,
Radioactive.
you better do it quick. If they find it, might
Listen,
Yeah, you might
Jason
wanna
from the
delete that.
44 and Ira and everybody, I really appreciate you all for coming on. And I like to thank you guys for pulling me up to the booth. And for Joe, Sean, and Blade taking the top 3 spots for myself. I am going to put up $1 extra for each driver we had up here. So I'm going to connect with Ira right after this. And if you guys can donate anything extra, if you have the means, please do so. It's for a great cause.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much tonight.
No, our pleasure, man. Appreciate you coming
Absolutely,
up here and joining us, Jason. Wow. Really cool deal. There's Joe Morata also joining us there. And there's actually a question for you, Mr. Ira, from
Go ahead.
chat. Comes from McCade Ferguson. You might have heard of him.
Absolutely.
He said, he said, ask him if he got the finish from us he wanted.
Absolutely. Obviously, I'm a race fan, so I was pulling for some of the guys that I knew. But I told him whenever I dropped down there, I was like, let's give it hell. It's a fun run. Let's just don't let it be single file at Daytona at the end, at least not the whole lap. They didn't disappoint.
Yeah, they didn't, and Landon didn't either. He's in the chat here with us. He definitely made some wild moves, and now it explains why he made the wild moves. As I realized, it was only like 2 or 1 lap to go at that moment, so he was doing what he had to do there when it was all over with. So, Ira, I do got to ask real quickly: have you been able to find any amount of where you guys are at right now?
We are going to be on the north side of $500 when this is all said and done.
Wow, that is so cool to hear. Congratulations to everybody for doing that. Landon, you didn't get the finish you wanted, buddy.
No.
Landon, I hate to run. I know some of these guys that I got to get info from have to go to bed and they got to do other stuff. But I am going to drop down there and get info from them, and I'll hop back up here.
I was going to say, before you go, I want to say this on the air.
Go ahead.
I promised that I was going to donate some money. I was going to do this no matter what the situation was. Unfortunately, things happened tonight. But I do want to say I am actually going to turn around and throw $100 into the pot myself for you guys.
Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated.
And then just go from there. So obviously to the family there, we think about you guys, but I wanted Ira to hear that over the air right now. So I'm throwing $100 myself into the pot. So congratulations. Obviously to all the drivers, great race tonight. Ira, great job putting this together. We're actually going to turn around. I'm actually planning on doing this tomorrow, but I'll get the information out tomorrow or whatever to do a full actual broadcast of the race. Tonight we kind of made it like a fun laid back one because of just what the circumstances were with your feedback or your Facebook and stuff like that. Tomorrow night or tomorrow I'm going to turn around and put the full broadcast part behind it and look at like it's a real actual like NASCAR race, so to say, and have some fun with it. So I think we'll do that and make that good. So I appreciate your time, man. Go do your thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Landon, man. Jeff, fun out there at least.
I can't say I didn't. Recency bias of what happened at the end has got me a little heated, but you know, it's just plate racing. It was all for a good cause, so I'm happy with everything that turned out. I got the replay saved, so if you do need that, I don't know if Joseph got it.
Yeah, I'll need the first 87 laps.
Yeah, I got you for that. I saved the full one, so I'll drop that in the Google Drive. But yeah, it was an interesting couple of final laps. I didn't think it was going to end on the time limit there. That caught me off guard. So when I hopped up there with Chase, I thought we were going to go, and it looked like he probably would have gone, and I was going to abandon him. I'm going to be flat out honest. I would have abandoned him if it could get me a win there at the end. And then I got pinched up into the wall by the 19. I don't really know why he was so far up the racetrack at that point in time, but it's whatever.
He didn't want you to pass him.
Yeah, he succeeded on that one. But But yeah, I was probably the most erratic at the end, but I felt like it was pretty warranted. I don't know.
Well, now that I
had my
know it was
nose
one lap to
completely
go.
chopped off,
Well, like when you
and
made the moves, I'm like, okay, for he's definitely being a little impatient right now. Like I know it's late in the race, but I'm like, and then I noticed the white flag was out. I'm like, never mind, I take back everything I just said. So, but no, man, it was a great job. It was good to see you out here. Obviously, you made Mario proud, I think, and no, it was definitely a lot of fun.
yeah, and had a good looking paint scheme, and
Did.
two of them that I made on the track because I made that LSRL one that Joseph was running too. So glad to get them extra TV time on third. So yeah, I think I hit it out of the park with two schemes this week. So
Well, nice
which
job, man.
kind of makes sense because Wilder graphics, even though that's Anthony's brand. I kind of help out with that though. So
There you go. Yeah, you do your part. So, well, great job tonight, man.
thank you, and thank you for broadcasting.
Well, yeah, 3/4 of it, but we're gonna, like I said, tomorrow. I think probably late afternoon or something. Maybe I'll come on and do the full broadcast. I'm actually working a little bit in the morning, and then planning on taking the rest of the day off because it's usually my one day that we have during the month of December off. So I'll come home and we'll do the broadcast of this race and have some fun with it. So. Appreciate everybody's time, of course, watching tonight. I'm going to sign off for the evening myself, and we're going to get the replay as Landon's gotten really good at doing and sending me replays. And we'll put the broadcast on tomorrow afternoon so everybody can come back and watch the whole thing from the start, and we'll go from there. So appreciate everybody's time as always, and Landon knows how it goes. It's not just a game.
It's iRace.
See ya.